obviously it's a different scheme and all that. And I was talking to Evan about like differences between playing Tillman safety and just regular safety. I know you're a linebackers guy, but what's the biggest difference to you?
Safety's, for Evan, he's a little bit more half field, middle of the field. Last year he was in the box all the time. He's basically a linebacker, for the most part. Now he's going to have to cover, have his eyes right, backpedal a little bit more than going forward. But I think it's just him opening up his vision, getting his eye discipline. And I think it's going to take him a little bit of time because for 2 years we had him going forward first, and that's backpedal first. So he'll get it. He's a great athlete, and he'll pick it up easy.
Do you think it's just like his mind, like his cerebralness, like helps him like adjust faster?
Yeah, well, but I mean, it's day 3. These guys are making a lot of mistakes. I mean, it's going fast for him. We're throwing more blitzes at him. It ain't no slow down. Again, it's terminology. We're not doing a lot. It seems like it's just new to him. But I think once he gets it with those guys, they played a lot of football here over the last 3 years as starters and as players overall. They'll be fine.
Which players do you think benefit most from the defensive changes?
D linemen. Got 4 of them guys now. They get 4 D linemen. Probably the safeties, and the reason I say why, I think those guys are ball hawks. With Ashari Croswell, you look at his freshman year, when he was really at his best is when we had him in the middle of the field and kind of roaming half field. I think for the D linemen, more opportunities to get to the quarterback, more one-on-one opportunities for them. They just got to keep working their technique with Coach Rodriguez and be able to get to the quarterback and do a good job of pressing the pocket. And I think for the linebackers, I mean, they'll be clean. In the run game, they'll be clean, so they should be more productive and be able free to run and hit.
Has there been one individual player that's impressed you the most since the defensive changes schematically have happened?
Yeah, Shari Croswell.
Why is that?
Just the guy we saw as a freshman. I thought last year, a lot of things are going on in his life personally, and then maybe having a good freshman year didn't handle it very well. And you see the guy now, and it's like we all look like, whoa, okay, that's the guy that I've known since he was 14, and the guy that we brought in as a freshman, and he looks the part, and he's just doing his job. He had a great interception. Was that 2 practices ago against Jalen? You just see him moving different. He's disciplined. He's got a quiet confidence instead of a loud confidence.
How about your role? I know we're 3 days into it, but your new role, is there any?
Yeah, it's different. I don't get to talk to my backers as much. That's a little tough. I do talk to them in different ways when they screw up, but you're looking at everything as a whole now. You can't really be focusing on your unit once we get going in team. You're looking at everything. Obviously, when we're blitzing, you're trying to make sure the blitz is ran correctly or in the coverage, looking at the back end. So not so much dialed in on your individual group, I think would be the biggest difference for me. And then obviously, I'm calling it from the sideline, so, just about being a player ahead and moving that tempo, especially in college. These guys go 1,000 miles per hour and screw ups left and right with everybody because you're going so fast. But that's the biggest difference.
Last year, Brandon Knight talked about the conversations he had with you in terms of getting ready for the next level with his body, his dieting, and with the expectations that Chase and Jack had. Have you kind of outlined similar things for them for this season?
Yeah, we talked. We talked to all them guys. Even Evan Fields, Merlin, Ashari, all those guys who'd be possible guys at some point. I think the key thing about them, they've kind of watched me now for 2 years with with Nikhil and Ayuk and Eno. And then Jack's been with me for a long time. He gets it. He's healthy. He looks the part. And me and Chase talk about it all the time. Talked about it a lot last year. And those conversations will come on longer as we go, further along as we go throughout the season. But those are just conversations you have overall. I think the good thing about having guys who play the pro level, you can ask them questions and hopefully they got the answers for you. If it's not me, it's Marvin or Herm or somebody else.
What do you think the keys are for Jack and Chase this season just to have what they need to have with the expectations?
Really, they just do them. If they do what they're supposed to do, the plays that – you look at Jack, 3 interceptions and dropped another 2 or 3. Last year, Chase played with a cast the entire season. Didn't have an opportunity to really – I think he had 1 interception. But I think if they're able to, be healthy and play the ball, we'll play a lot of man, a lot of opportunities to go attack the ball. And then when we play zone, they'll be able to steal a couple. So, 2 guys that played a lot of football. You're talking about fifth-year seniors, both of them, and they were both highly ranked coming out of high school. And now it's time to pay off and show off is what we tell them.
You decided to come to ASU just because of the NFL model. Is this like the epitome as far as the defense of the NFL model when you got 3 coaches that used to coach in the NFL or play in the NFL?
A lot of information. A lot of information, no room. Maybe too much for the players at the time. You got to dial it back, and I think that's where we got to be smart. As fast as our minds is working, the student athlete is not doing that. They're not doing the same. They have a lot of other obligations throughout the day that they are worried about, and you got to put that into consideration. But from a game plan standpoint, from just really dialing into X and O's, it's fun. Like our meetings go a lot longer You know, and no disrespect to anybody, but they do. They go a lot longer when we're in there as a staff, just talking about all the different variations of things that can happen. And if you got an answer to a lot of problems, you got a chance.
Elijah Hawara seemed to kind of really come on those last bowl practices last year. What kind of allowed him to vault up more and see some first-team reps this season?
He's an athletic freak, to be honest. You know, I think he's right around 245, maybe between 250. He's one of the top 15 fastest guys on the team. He's powerful. He can strike. When he figures it all out, and I've been getting after him a little bit, when he figures it all out, he can be a really good football player. That's what's unique about him.
I saw last year, I remember he was like in the back. He was always in the back, and you'd be giving him some crap. I mean, it seemed like he would move from fullback to linebacker.
Yeah. Was on that fat boy diet over there on offense. Yeah. They don't run. You know, it's just different. I think different when you're on defense. Defense is a lot more running, more quick twitch, more change of direction. Offense, he was playing fullback. He gets a rep every 10 to 15 plays. Yeah. But he's put himself in a good position. He's in good shape right now. He's running really well. Just got to speed him up mentally, you know. And again, I'm throwing it at him. I put him out there with the ones a couple times over the last couple of days, and just try to speed up that process. Because obviously, Merlin Butler and Cal Sully have played a lot of football. They've started a lot of games. They get it, and you don't want to wear and tear them during the season. They just finished playing 2 months ago, right? That guy didn't play a lot of ball, right? He didn't play a lot of snaps defensively. So spring is to get your other guys available, and I'll do the same thing with Caleb and Jordan Banks and the other guys that we have at linebacker.
Do those young guys almost have the most to gain from a new scheme because everyone's kind of learning at the same time?
They do. I mean, you see who has the quickest learning capacity to pick things up as fast, as quickly as we would like for them to do it. But at the end of the day, when you're an older player and you play the ball, you kind of get it. It kind of works itself out. You figure it out. For a guy like Caleb McCullough, like he's like, whoa, you know, he's like looking at that camera, them lights. He's bright, deer in the headlights right now. But he's gonna be okay. You'll get a lot of reps. He got some more reps today, and I told him, this is his third day. 2 months ago, he was, going to winter dance or whatever, so winter formal, so he's fine.
So you talk about a lot of information in the rooms just because of the NFL perspective of it. Does this really job require to be like more patient just because, like you said, you have that all NFL inexperience, but you're teaching it to college kids?
Yeah, I think patient, and then you really just got to consider the kids, man. You got to consider what you're dealing with. Regardless of how much they played, you can't have this scheme that's so, out there as far as thinking and trying to adjust and make everything right. At the end of the day, like I said, offenses go fast. It's more about tempo, winning more plays. It's quantity over quality. We do want to slow it down to that sense, but the good part about it, what I think is going to help us is game adjustments. I think we'll be a lot faster. We don't have to get to halftime to make those adjustments, hopefully. With Marvin most likely being upstairs, seeing it from a bird's eye view, I think we'll be better.
We haven't seen Cam Phillips at these first few practices. What is his status?
Probably going to school. Homework's first.
Have you been impressed, and what have you noticed with Stanley Lambert's transition from linebacker to more of an end?
It fits him. I mean, he's always been the guy that wants to go forward, then backpedaling or going sideways. And he has a skill set. I mean, he's healthy. He has no knee brace. He's full go. If he can figure out, and when I say figure out, think about it, you only need 1 or 2 rushes a game to change the game. And if we can get that from him, that kind of production, we'll be a better football team. And it'll help him because he's a guy that really wants it. He wanted a lot last year, linebacker. They needed him quite, cooperate with him. But now it's no-brainer. He's going to get up about another 15, hopefully 20 pounds by the time we get to camp, and he's going to be hell on wheels because he can run.
Connor is someone who's younger and he's getting a lot of reps at Connor Soley at second team Tillman. Obviously, Evan's more experienced, but do you think it's tougher for someone younger like that to just transition from a completely different role than they were practicing last year?
Yeah, because I think he's just like Evan. Out of high school, you watch his film, he was more in the box. He's really a linebacker in high school, too. But obviously, with his skill set of being so fast, very athletic, we were like, well, he's a big body. He's 200 pounds. He can run. It's going to be a learning curve. He had a little injury last year that slowed down his process. But he'll be fine. He's a smart kid. He's just like his brother Cal. They'll figure it out. It's just reps. And the best thing about spring, give your young guys reps so they can be better, which will help you out in the fall.
You talked about the offense being fast and everything. What have been the challenges as a co-defensive coordinator going against Zach Hill every day?
Hell, how many shifts and motions he got? This guy got guys going all over the place. But it's good because you know what? It's making our linebackers talk, our safeties talk. The corners got to communicate. Our D-line is reloading. They're moving left to right. That's not going to happen when we play a lot of teams. They don't do that. They just line up 3-by-1 or 2-by-2, and they just play. So what happens, it's going to slow us down so much. They're giving us so much now, it's going to make us better down the road. But it is good because his route combinations, his his passing schemes and stuff is very different than what we've seen over the last couple of years, just in the Pac-12 in general. It's going to be good for us.
Thank you, Coach.